In the NBA, the lethal all-world human highlight reel, Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers go up against the Washington Wizards and their long, versatile four-man, Andre Blage. Lakers, Wizards, up next.
It's the Los Angeles Lakers on the road in this interconference battle. The Wizards fans are making noise here at the Verizon Center. We're in the nation's capital. Here with Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan for 2K Sports and our presentation of the NBA. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant in the backcourt. Artest and Powell in the forward slots, and Bynum. And for the Wizards, Blage and McGee up front. John Wall and Gilbert Arenas pairing up in the backcourt, and Young. One thing you like about the Lakers, this is a team that not only Clark is a solid team at home, but they are just as terrific on the road.
Well, 23 road wins is a good mark, Kevin, but they won 29 the year before, so they did go a step back. But nonetheless, when you've got the kind of championship pedigree that this team has, you're not so much worried about what your numbers say as much as you are about how healthy you are and what level are we playing at when it's time to go in the postseason.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Guys, Lamar Odom's sweet tooth is now the stuff of legend in Los Angeles. He has his assistant lay out bags and bags of candy in his car after practice. Odom says, "I'm the candy man. I do it all day. I can't help it. It relaxes me. Takes me back to when I was a kid and all I did was eat candy, go to school, and play basketball, when life was simple. Everybody has vices. This is probably the least worst of them all. Gentlemen?"
I'm sure his dentist loves him. Thanks, Doris. Here's Kobe. For the Lakers, Clark, on the road, I'd say it was a relative step back, and I'm agreeing with you on that point. You've got to guard home court.
Yep.
And then I guess you just say, just give me a winning record on the road.
Oh, yeah, exactly, because you look across the league, typically you're only going to have, 6, 7 teams, maybe 8 that have significant road winning records. So clearly, anytime you're above 500 on the road and you do a good job at home, then you feel like you've got a chance to make a run in the playoffs.
And the elite teams, the old Chicago Bulls with MJ, Kobe's, and Shaq's Lakers. I mean, we've had some anomalies over the years.
Yeah.
But a winning record on the road is, I think, a victory unto its own, even if it's a game over 500 away from home.
Exactly, I agree wholeheartedly. And again, another point, just to piggyback on what you said, with the elite team, they always know that if they're healthy, they can get it done on the road in the playoffs.
Here's Wall after Pau Gasol's bucket.
Pau heard the word soft and rumblings that he got manhandled by the Celtics in the finals. He started lifting weights 2 to 3 times a week for the first time in his career.
How about that?
Yeah, he didn't want to get that sand kicked in his face anymore.
It paid off.
Yeah, it has.
Here's Kobe following the bucket by the Wizards. Gilbert Arenas covering off the screen, and Gasol slams it in.
That's good execution there. I mean, use that screen to give yourself an alley to the basket.
Right, and they use it well. It's reading what's ahead of you.
Yeah, nice.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I briefly spoke with Phil Jackson. He's counting on getting a strong defensive performance out of his team today. He said it's something we've come to rely on. Our defense is really where it all starts for us. Let's see what they do, Kevin.
Doris, appreciate the update. And so it looks like defense early on is the strategic emphasis here.
Yeah, it usually is, Kevin. I mean, that's where coaches like to hang their hat on the defensive end of the floor. This guy is perfect from the field in the quarter. They need to keep finding ways to get him the ball.
Young for 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
Since the first tip, he's been red hot from long range. He's in the zone right now.
For 3, Kobe. And another 3 for the Lakers.
It didn't sit well with him, that 3 he had just given up, so he went out and got it right back.
McGee, he's guarded by Bynum. McGee, now Young. Lays it in with the finger roll. 11 points in the game.
He's really doing a nice job leading his team and setting a terrific pace this quarter. He's been absolutely dominant.
Like a lot of bottom feeders in the East last year, the Wizards struggled mightily against the Western Conference.
And no surprise there, Kevin. I mean, just 8 wins for them. Not a good showing by any means, but they actually took a step, backwards from 09 when they tallied up 9 wins against the West.
So it's the Lakers now, after the basket by Washington. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. 1 free throw for him. Clark head coach Flip Saunders, an impressive amateur career as a basketball player. He led the state of Ohio in scoring as a high school senior with, 32 points a game.
Yeah, I knew about Flip growing up in Cleveland myself, and he played alongside Kevin McHale at the University of Minnesota. And when Kevin was in charge of the Timberwolves, guess who he brought in as coach?
Flip Saunders.
Yep.
Pretty good combination. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Coach Saunders entering his 15th season as an NBA head coach.
Yeah, just his 2nd season in Washington. He's an offensive-minded coach, and I think he's got some gifted players to work with in D.C.
Now here's Heinrich. Easy shot. Young's shot is off.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
And here's Fisher. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Here's Gasol. Jams it home.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
All with it. Looking for his first bucket of the game. 8 feet out. Fisher gets the board inside. 27 seconds left in the first. Open look. And the Lakers tack on 2 more. Here's Wall. It's tipped. Young from outside. Shot's good. He's got 16.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
Some great action here as the first quarter concludes. Lakers ahead, leading by just 1.
They haven't been shy at all. They're going right to the bucket and playing aggressive, hard-nosed basketball. Smash-mouth basketball. So far, their physicality has been the deciding factor.
And we'll return momentarily. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Blake. Not on the scoreboard yet. So with Arenas on the bench, here's the 5 for Flip Saunders right now. John Wall and Kirk Heinrich in the backcourt. Howard is out there with Gian Lee and McGee. Here's Vujicic. He's picked up by Heinrich. Shot clock at 5. Here's Barnes. Nets it from the wing. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Looking at this Laker team along with Dallas, LA have the best record against the East of all the Western Conference teams.
And Kevin, not surprisingly, those were your top 2 seeds in the West when the regular season came to an end.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about whether last season would be Phil Jackson's final one, whether he'd retire. After they won the title and he set a record for most coaching championships, he said he was leaning towards retiring. He decided to return, though, saying, "Count me in." After a couple of weeks of deliberation, it's time to get back to the challenge of putting together a team that can defend its title. It'll be the last stand for me, and I hope it's a grand one. Guys, good to have him back.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. For the Wizards, Nick Young's checked in for Heinrich, and Gilbert Arenas subbed in for John Wall. The Lakers also making some changes. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Gasol, and it's Brown in for Steve Blake. Here is Arenas, and the Wizards give up the possession.
Los Angeles ball.
Here's Brown. It's a 5-point game. And here is Barnes. Dumps it off. Deflects the pass. And taken away by Arenas.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it. Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Vujicic. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Quite a year for Gilbert Arenas last year. Said he wanted a fresh start after the turmoil of last season. Clark, I guess the Agent Zero nickname will have to be retired.
Yeah, I've got to put it on ice, partner. He's still got Hibachi, and hopefully he'll keep that one and play up to it as well.
Here is Arenas. 5 points in the game. Here's Yee. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Here's Vujicic. Now Brown. Tipped.
He read that pass like a book, all over.
Here's Young. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Brown. He's covered by Arenas. Gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line. Clark, when you talk about the Washington Wizards, a team in turmoil last season.
Well, they traded away the number 5 pick trying to make a run at playoff dominance. It actually all fell apart, Kevin, due to injuries, legal troubles for Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton. They've got work to do.
That one is off. Both teams will make substitutions. He hits the second from the line. And it was clear, Clark, that the team was not going to contend to the East. The Wizards ended up dumping their big contracts and going into rebuilding mode.
And I think that was the right move. I mean, you have to cut your losses at some point. The rebuilding process got a huge lift in the draft lottery. And the number 1 pick, John Wall, I think he's going to be a star.
Here's Blatch. Bynum on him. He dishes it. Here's Blatch. Kept alive. And there's the one-handed jam.
He is so tenacious on the boards. How many times have we seen putbacks like that from him?
He can clear out the paint like very few others can.
You know what you might call him, Kevin? A rebounding virtuoso.
I like that. That's right.
Hey, he can hit from that range. I think he missed that one, but the defense is going to want to tighten up on him out there.
And here's Wall. No points for him. Outside Odom. From 11 feet away. And he hits the jump shot.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Left side Arenas. Kobe with the steal. Lakers leading by 4. Gilbert Arenas covering. For 3. Scooped up.
There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
Here's Wall. 1:07 left in the second. The 3. And it's Arenas that time on the assist by Wall. Arenas has got 8 points.
Just like the one he had in the first. He's a dangerous shooter out there.
Double by Howard. Oh! Puts the hammer down.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. All with it. Outside Arenas. Watch. He's guarded by Bynum. Watch the pass to Arenas. Watch with it. That's good, and it's Arenas with the assist. He has 6.
Playing much more conservatively here. I look for them to open it up a bit, to be a little more free-flowing and aggressive.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's a pick by Bynum. Lobs it up, tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Good defensive footwork shut down his path to the basket.
Here's Wall, still looking to get on the scoreboard.
Here, they'll want to hold for one shot.
And Young backs in, takes the shot, knocks it down from 19 feet.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
And the first half is now in the books.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He's got 14 points, and he's hit a trio of three-pointers to give himself 9 points from downtown. What an opening half that was for him.
Lakers lead by 1.
And a battle underway in our nation's capital. Let's get to the HP halftime report. The Lakers in a hard-fought game against the Washington Wizards. They've been getting good looks inside and knocking them down. Phenomenal efficiency. Kobe's been lights out in the first 2 quarters. He's up to 14 points and has added a couple assists in this one, too. On the other side, the Wizards looking pretty solid as well. Their outside shooting looks like it's radar-guided. Seems like every time they put up a 3, it's dead on. Gilbert Arenas certainly playing well so far. He has 8 points and has found his teammates with a few assists as well. Some great basketball in today's action from these two as they've led the way in scoring for their teams. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back to the start of your third quarter. So long.
And as the quarter begins, both teams have been trading blows like prize fighters. A close ball game. Here's Blake looking for his first bucket of the game. The Wizards only able to grab 15 wins at home last season, Clark.
Yeah, it's a very disappointing season for them, Kevin. I mean, we know all about the drama that they went through, and it had to have an unbelievable effect on the court because you can't separate off-the-court drama from on-court production.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant in the back court. Here's Kobe after the basket by Washington. Here's Wall. The Wizards did have a bad year, as you mentioned, but at the end, there was some hope.
Yeah, you know what? Towards the end of last year, they were starting to come together a little bit. Andre Black really showed what he could do, and a lot of the young guys had an opportunity to get some playing time.
And the Lakers have possession, following the bucket by the Wizards. Gasol dishes to Bryant. The dump off, deflects the pass. Gasol kicks to Kobe, and he nails the triple. Kobe's got 19 points.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
Washington calls timeout. Some changes for the Lakers. Odom comes in for Andrew Bynum, and it's Brown in for Steve Blake.
How about that, fans? You're Wizard girl. Go on, give it up.
Here's Wall. Not on the scoreboard yet. Here's Young. It's blocked. The Lakers in the lead. They're running out of time. Outside Odom. Gasol, a screen on Blotch. Back to Odom. It's dumped off. 4 on the shot clock. And Washington has possession. They've trailed by as many as 6. Arenas. The Wizards with another miss. And here comes Kobe. He's got 19. He's covered by Arenas. Arenas against Kobe. Left side, Kobe. The shot misses, and it's the Wizards taking it the other way. Blatch kicks to McGee, takes it up, kept alive. The second effort, count it, and the foul. They get Paul Gasol.
You can't forget about him when you're boxing out. That's what he does. He crashes the glass.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Washington. Steve Blake's checked in for the Lakers. He can't complete the three-point play. You know, Clark, McGee's mentality when he gets the ball, and he has said this, is just drive, and try to get a dunk or a foul. Not too bad.
I like the aggressiveness, but you got to pick your spots. But at this stage in his career, he's not a very strong guy, but he's extremely athletic. So I like the fact that he's trying to establish himself by getting into the paint area. And as he gets stronger, he'll be able to finish more of those opportunities.
Here's Kobe. 21 points in the game. You know, one of the stories last season, Clark, in the playoffs for the Lakers was after that early scare to the Thunder of Oklahoma City in the first round, the Lakers really turned it up in the playoffs. In fact, it was that Game 5. They kind of rebooted. They kind of found themselves.
Yeah, they certainly did. Sometimes you have to have your back against the wall. You've got to go through that crucible of almost losing an important game in the playoffs to be able to get your second win and to gain that extra wave of confidence. And that's kind of what happened with the Lakers. I mean, anytime you face a team like the Thunder that has the leading scorer in the league in Kevin Durant, you know it's not going to be easy. And the Lakers saw that to be true, and yet they were able to work through that.
Thunder had those young legs.
A lot of confidence,
yes,
and an unbelievable building.
Yeah, they didn't blink. They did not blink.
Not at all. They were relishing the opportunity, thrilled to be in the playoffs, but they felt like they could beat, not only play with the Lakers, they felt like they could beat the Lakers, Kevin.
And Heinrich gets it to go. Here's Kobe. He's got 23. Cannot hit. And Washington will go the other way. Clark, back to that postseason matchup. I mean, sweeping the Jazz is no easy feat, given you have to win 2 in a row up in Salt Lake City at the Energy Solutions Arena.
No, not easy at all, but you talk about that series against the Thunder. The Lakers had to win a 5th game on the road on a last-second shot. Sometimes, Kevin, that can catapult you to a higher level of performance in the next series, and I think that's what you saw with the Lakers when they got away from the Thunder and then were able to sweep the Jazz.
Jazz just didn't have the size to compete against Los Angeles.
Exactly. Too much size with Gasol and Odom, Bynum up front. That's an awful lot to overcome over a 48-minute ball game.
And Okur was out, and Kirilenko was coming back from injury. There were some issues there for the Jazz.
Exactly. They were undermanned and undersized, and that's no way to try to beat the Lakers.
So both teams making some changes here.
Well, he certainly can't be happy leaving points at the line, but at least he got them the lead.
Here's Gasol. A little long, but it goes in. Gasol's got 12.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
Now Young. 18 points for him. Wall. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Derek Fisher.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Washington, John Wall. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Fisher. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Bynum. Here's Odom. Connects. Odom's got 10 points.
They've been trading buckets and trading leads. What outstanding competitors out there.
And that's the end of the quarter. And a neck-and-neck game we've watched so far through 3. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, not flashy numbers, but his presence has definitely been felt out there. It's the little things, Kevin. He's getting them done.
We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, well, the spark in this one? Kobe Bryant. He leads their team in scoring, and his game has been no different as he continued to carry the load offensively. We'll see if he can carry them all the way to the finish line, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. You know, Clark, give me your thoughts, igniting his team much of the way.
Well, just a man on a mission, Kevin. His goal is not to let his team lose if he can help it.
Here is Heinrich. Gian Leon is out there with Nick Young. Then it's Gilbert, Arenas, and McGee. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Now here's Heinrich. Arenas kicks to McGee, and he slams that one in.
With the score being so close, there's little margin for error by either team.
The Lakers trail. And here is Odom. Here's Bynum, answers right back with a dunk of his own.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
On offense, here are the Wizards. They've trailed by as many as 6. Heinrich kicks it over to Arenas. Gets a good look. Shot's good from Young. He's got 20.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Brown with it. Odom on the wing. He's covered by Arenas. And Bynum backing in. Laid in with the D draped all over him. And the Lakers lead by 1. Washington calls timeout. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kev, well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He was warning them, saying, we're giving up too many easy threes out there. We've got to play tighter defense and close out better on shooters. They're killing us from long range. Will they step up now, Kevin?
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Wall after the made shot from Andrew Bynum. Al Thornton. It's tipped. Now Vujicic behind the arc. And another 3 for the Lakers.
The fast break left the defense scrambling to react, and they couldn't get to him in time.
Here's Wall. He dumps it off. Pass to Howard. His first shot of the game. And again, Washington no good.
How much better a look do you need? Good mid-range shooter. Should have been money in the bank.
It's a pick by Bynum. And off the glass as he lays that one up and in.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
And here's Wall. Outside Arenas. Over Vujicic. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Odom with it. Dumps it off. Artest kicks to Fisher. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Odom. And another 3 for the Lakers.
They're on an absolute tear here. You can't get hotter than this.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. 2:08 left to the 4th. For the Wizards, McGee's checked in, and Nick Young is subbed in for Gilbert Arenas. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Bynum. Barnes comes in for Lamar Odom. Kobe's checked in for Sasha Vujicic. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Lakers on D. 9-point game. Heinrich kicks to McGee to end the run. The shot is off, and the Lakers go with it the other way.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
Barnes against Heinrich. Shoots from 12. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, he can't believe that one didn't fall. Those are usually automatic.
Young's shot is off. Lakers leading by 9. Barnes, he's picked up by Heinrich. From deep. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. Gilbert Arenas is checked in for Washington. Ball comes in for Kirk Heinrich. The Lakers also changing it up. Odom's checked in. Here's Wall. With an assist this trip down, he'd have 10 for the game. Young from outside, and that one's good. He's got 23.
Kevin, this has really been a competitive, fun game.
Now here's Kobe. Right side, Kobe. And the Lakers with another miss. And Washington has possession. The most they've trailed by is 9 points. 55 seconds left in the game. Less than 1 minute left. Outside Odom. Easy shot. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist by Odom. 25 points for Kobe Bryant. Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 8. 40 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Blotch. Here's Young. Goes up. Blocked. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Kobe. Right side, Kobe. Nails the easy jumper. Kobe's got 27 points.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
Bryant with it. Jacks up the triple. Missed. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.